Coffee, check. All right, it's a new day. Coffee in hand, fixie coffee. I'm gonna try to finish up good old drawer slides. Now, I was on a roll last night, and while I should be going to the gym, I was just thinking about knocking this thing out all night. So I am super excited to try to get the majority of this at least completed, and then I can work on fine-tuning, like filling in these holes with wood fill, adding some handles. Last night I actually ended up going to Lowe's again to get the bottoms to each drawers. That was 3/4 inch, what was left over, and I was planning on using that, but I didn't want to lose the height to each drawer, so I ended up getting 1/2 inch. I had Lowe's rip it down and width and length so that it fit in perfect. But that's basically what you're gonna get. So I'm gonna now, what I have to do, and I'm gonna try to use the saw that fell. So it's off a little bit, but I think I can get it pretty close. These are basically the same width as you can see. Oh, well, actually this is perfect. So as you can see, I gotta rip it down. See the top there where I'm hitting it? I gotta rip each one of these down exactly 1/2 inch. So I'm gonna mark these, rip them down with the saw, and hopefully it does a good enough job where I can install them like so. Boom. So let's get into it bright and early. Early bird gets the worm. Isn't that the truth? Wow. The only downside with that Ryobi track saw is that it produces a lot of sawdust. I should probably hook up the vacuum next time. All right, and just like that, we got the drawer slides built. And they slide, I think the low friction tape, which is right over there, is gonna do the trick. They slide pretty good. I mean, it is a tight fit, but I think the low friction tape will do the trick. So drawer slides are in. I got roughly 8 inches of height, 29 inches depth, and then like 22. So I should be able to fill this up. And quite frankly, I think it's only maybe adding, I don't know, 50, 55, 60 pounds. So I'm gonna add some flush mount latches here that I can pull. But yeah, she's ready for, I'm gonna wood fill all the screws and nail heads, and then I'm gonna paint it up. It looks pretty good. I mean, I am not a professional carpenter, so wood fill will fix what a carpenter I ain't. But yeah, I'm real happy with the outcome. I think what I'll do is after I paint it, I'm gonna paint as much as I can black. Like if the inside of the drawers aren't black, I don't really care. However, I have an extra WeatherTech floor liner for the back of the Burb. So what I'll do is I'll cut that out to like this shape. So it literally looks like it's just the back of the Burb. So I was gonna do a full time lapse from like start to this point here, and the GoPro battery died. So that's where she is. She's looking good. Started at like 4:15 in the morning, and it's about 7 now. So time to punch in as father and husband and full-time employee. So stay tuned. I'll probably later today finish this up, or finish the next stage rather. What I learned is if I wake up earlier and just knock out, and I mean, I think this is not even learning anything, this is just projects in general, is that you chip away little bits and pieces, and that way the entire project isn't an all day or an all 3 days, as we know. So chipping away slowly but surely, but I think it's coming out really good so far. So stay tuned. And just like that, we're back. So where did we leave off? I don't even remember. I think I had them built and they were installed. However, what I did yesterday was I just finished kind of filling in the screw holes and with some wood fill. And now the plan of attack is to, let's see, I'm gonna add the drawer handle poles, the flush mount, which I got right here. And that's gonna look sweet. I think I only need one. I was thinking about 2, but I think 1 will do the trick. And then I'm gonna install some low friction tape for the drawers. I mean, they slide relatively easy, and once this is locked in or weighed down, I don't think I'm gonna have any issues with it sliding. So, and then I'm gonna paint it. So stay tuned. It's been a multi-part process, but I feel like breaking it up doesn't make it feel so overwhelming, and also doesn't take up your entire day or 3 days for that matter, because as we know, everything on this channel tends to take a lot longer than usual. And I'm gonna try to bring you guys as much of it as possible. So it's looking really good. I think it's gonna help free up a lot of space and just keep the truck organized, especially when we go on we go on trips. So, all right, let's get into it. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna knock out these and touch base with you guys. All right, latches are installed. Gotta look so good. And I think what I'm gonna do, I'm almost positive I installed these properly, but I think what I'm gonna do on the back end here is, let me get some light on for you guys. Boom. I think I'm gonna add a metal bracket that I can screw in right here and here, and it'll just run across the bottom here, because this is a two-part. This metal, it's almost like a sleeve slash washer, clips into this black part of the bracket, and then it screws it together. However, I'm afraid I can still, if I yank on this hard enough, this might pop out. So just as an extra precaution, I'm just gonna take a metal bracket and run it along the bottom here and just screw it into the back side. And that way I know for a fact this isn't going anywhere. I don't know why they didn't make this. Maybe I drilled out, I may have drilled a hole a little too big, because this should be pressing up against the wood and then kind of sandwiching it together. So brackets are in. I got the holes made for the latch part. So right here on both sides. So the latch I'll install when I slide the drawers in. And now I just gotta sand and paint. It's coming together. Actually, I'm gonna add the low friction tape first. And then I will sand and paint them. Going with a black look. It's gonna look good.
You're gonna use the torque for this.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, right?
Okay, so what we do is in here, we use a fender washer, which is the washer like that. You Dremel so the washer countersinks. Check this out. Yeah. Just a notch, just so the washer and countersink open as well as slides.
You say use a special washer.
3/4. You're gonna add 3/4. You're gonna add 3/4.
If not, because I'm gonna go it down a little bit.
Add 3/4. Oh yeah. So half inch. That's half inch. Just add a half inch to that. Just add a half
How
inch.
many threads I got in there? You think? I can go a while.
You definitely want it to go down a little.
Yeah.
Because it probably sets itself. Probably will set that
Okay.
Yeah, I would go definitely a half inch.
The
Pull one out. Pull one out. I might be able to get my torques right now.
No, don't worry about it.
I want to see what it looks like.
Okay.
Seriously? Measure it 5 times. Yeah. But the good thing about it is, you can make the hole a little bigger, so you have a little leeway because you're going to have the washer. You're going to have a countersink washer, so you can have a little play on the box. Close. Exactly. It's sweet. So you can make it like an 1/16 of an inch bigger around.
Just to give it some, yeah. And I can always move the box, you know? Sweet. Thanks, man. Shout out to Sean, man. Master mechanic next door. Can't beat it when you're doing car stuff. Clean this off for you guys. Jeez. Can't even see anything. Alright. Everything's sanded. I used a microfiber wet wet cloth to wipe it all down. And I'm gonna let this, it's still a little wet, so I'm gonna let this dry before I add this low friction tape, which I bought on Amazon. I'll try to leave a link down below, but I think I'm gonna add it to the bottom of the drawer slides so that the weight is whatever's in the drawers will be pushing it down on the low friction tape. So I think I'm gonna add it down here. But yeah, it's getting there. So now I literally just need to low friction tape, paint it. Hey little bird, coming to help out? And then the idea would be behind the burb, there's these two bolts with like D-rings. So I removed one, and I got to get one a little bit longer. And what I'll do here, and you'll see, I'll recess a little hole. I'll bore out a little hole, drop this in so it sits lower than the drawer slide, and then bolt everything down. And I think it won't go anywhere. We'll see. In my head, logically, everything makes sense, but then when I apply it to reality, not so much. So, all right, stay tuned. All right, so we got some low friction tape on. Now we're ready for paint. The key, what I'm learning, is this has to be pulled perfectly in the middle. Otherwise, it's not going to pull as nice. Let's slap some paint on. It's looking good. I don't know if I'm going to paint the entire thing because the tolerances are so tight that I think just adding some paint will make them get hung up. So the other thing I wanted to let you guys know is that the reason why I did 3/4 inch plywood is that if down the road I want to add drawer slides, I can like notch it out. I can notch out the drawers with a Dremel, with a router. So that way I can add drawer slides down the road if needed. Come together. One step down, a few more to go.